I'm Phil Campbell. I created the Sprint 8 cardio protocol about 30 years ago. I have 2 or 3 books that explain the science behind it. And over the years, it's really become popular for several different reasons. But 30 years ago, when everyone was doing long, slow distance, I was this voice out there saying, no, we need to be doing sprint cardio for all these reasons. And then you start peeling back and look at the research, you see that's true. We need to be doing that. And so that's how Sprint 8 came into play. And initially it was designed to maximize the release of exercise-induced growth hormone, which they show at the University of Virginia Medical Center that it stays in your body for 2 full hours afterwards, going after body fat like a heat-sinking missile, irrespective of body temperature. So in many respects, you're stepping out of a standard calorie counting world, stepping into a hormone ejecting world, but you're doing it naturally. And that's the great benefit behind Sprint 8. If you think about what sprinters look like, they look like they're taking steroids. They're a lot of muscle, very little body fat. And in many respects they are, but they're doing it naturally with that form of exercise because it releases significant amounts of growth hormone.
Can you explain the benefit of the 90-second time frame? And I'm wanting to understand the benefit in comparison to similar programs that give us less recovery time.
Yeah, that's a great question. And that's one of the key components behind Sprint 8 is an adequate recovery. So all 3 muscle fiber types get recovered. So what traditionally happens is in most exercise programs, from a historical standpoint, is we might do 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, a minute on, minute off, different things like that. And they're looking at it from a standpoint of how does this program work? Is it good? Is it not good? Do I like it or not? Rather than looking at what happens with muscle fiber recruitment. So the body sends to propel all human movement with slow twitch fiber in the endurance energy system. Your brain, your nervous system think it's doing you a favor not to recruit both types of fast twitch fiber to propel movement so you can endure all day. And then another principle that comes into play is the exercise paradox. So when your brain is confronted with a couple of different ways of doing things, you may take the stairs, but your brain always first says, there's the elevator. Your brain is trying to do things the easy way in slow twitch fiber so you can endure all day. And it takes effort to position your body in such a way to force it to recruit both types of fast twitch fiber. And that's the driving force behind the 90-second recovery. If you do a hard 30-second sprint where we recruit all 3 muscle fiber types, then you can't go again hard 30 seconds later or even a minute later. It takes a full 90 seconds to recover all 3 muscle fiber types. So you can go hard and recruit all 3 muscle fiber types on the following sprint.
And I imagine there's so many people not getting the results that they think they should. And they say, I'm going hard, I'm going sprint after sprint, and I'm giving it their best. And that may be true. They're giving it their best for what they have left in the tank. That if they had the adequate recovery, then they could push themselves that much harder for those all 8 sprints or whatever the program is that they're trying to follow. So I think that's a big misconception that you see a lot of times in gyms is all or nothing, and you are minimizing that recovery time. So that's really cool.
And that's a great point. And what happens is if you do 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, you might do the first rep hard, but after that, maybe even the second rep if you're really fit, but you can't do 8 reps in a row unless you get the 90-second recovery where all 3 muscle fiber types can help propel the movement on the following sprint. So it's essential in Sprint 8, if you're going to work the heart muscle anaerobically, you've got to let it recover, all 3 muscle fiber types recover, so you can force it to work anaerobically and get that huge release of exercise-induced growth hormone.